Alrighty guys, welcome into our Super Bowl 54 episode of Inside the Hub. I suppose we're going to call it Inside the Hub, yeah?
Big episode today.
Yeah, big episode.
Another special guest.
Yeah, we've
back
got
again.
Googly back on the sofa. Not for MMA this time, but he's a passionate NFL fan, so plenty of insights from him. And Dame?
Not just a passionate fan, what he actually represented Australia as well.
There we go.
In gridiron.
Fun fact for you.
Yeah, so very sharp. But yeah, obviously Super Bowl show today. We're all looking forward to that next Monday, Australian time, between the Chiefs and the 49ers. So yeah, let's get into it. Where do you want to start? Do you want to start with the odds?
Yeah, we'll start with the odds. So as of the time of recording, so it's Wednesday afternoon here, we've got San Francisco at $2.10 on the exchange with Kansas City at $1.88. So I think we've seen Kansas City firm a little bit as the week's progressed, is it?
I think it's kind of flipped around a bit. And -1 was the opener, but honestly, like pre-opener valuations before the games are played, I think Chiefs expect to be at -3. They kind of just flows around a bit. That's all $1.85 point is about where you're going to get it from, and that's probably been where it's been for the last, since kickoff, I guess.
Yeah, and I think the line's at about 1.5 now, 2 points. So yeah, it's tough to bet those lines. Probably nearly better off betting the money line, I think, there.
Yeah.
And yeah, obviously we've got our pro NFL punters tip as well.
Yeah.
So he's going to disagree with you, Liam, I think, but he's going with San Fran here. He thinks obviously the defense. It's going to be a matchup between the defense of San Fran versus Mahomes and a high-powered offense, and he's siding with the defensive team. Cites a number of reasons, but he's really looking at how Kansas City has done against the real high-powered defensive outfits. So Chicago, Minnesota, and those type of teams that have been able to keep them under, say, 30 points, and looking for San Fran to put up 27 points to win this game. So he's siding with the plus there in San Fran.
Do you have any thoughts on that one?
Personally, my big play probably Garoppolo over, I think it's 240 passing yards, whatever it currently is in the exchange.
Yeah.
Just personal preference, I think it's going to be quite an explosive contest. Chiefs will be able to put up points. 49ers won't be able to just rush the same way they have been last few weeks. I don't really honestly have a strong feeling on the money line outcome. I've got a bunch of futures on the 49ers. I've hedged it off, but
classic.
In classic Gabi style.
But yeah,
we love it.
Honestly, no strong preference. I do hope Chiefs win it because I feel like Andy Reid needs a Super Bowl. Best coach for the last 20 years.
Yeah. So I think the game script's pretty key here. Obviously, the Chiefs have fallen behind in their last 2 playoff games, and the Niners will just want to run the ball with their strong running game and kind of keep Mahomes off the field. So I think the first quarter is going to be really important as to see how this one plays out. Our guy also does like the over and thinks that if the game does stay close, the over is a really good chance here.
Yeah, there's a couple other bets. So aside from 49ers plus 1.5, like you mentioned, Liam, champion bets do like Jimmy Garoppolo over 19 completions as a prop bet, and also second half being the highest scoring half of the two. They state a couple facts in there from previous Super Bowls. So 16 of the last 21 Super Bowls have seen more points scored in the second half in comparison to the first. And that line has also been hit in the last 10 Super Bowls, being the second half seeing more points.
It's a crazy stat. That is a crazy stat.
Yeah. I don't know whether it's to do with the early nerves and the offenses are shaky to start off with the game. I'm not too sure. But
the game often opens up in the second half as well all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on those ones?
I mean, you can't argue with the numbers. 10 times in a row is a massive one.
Yeah.
And then the Garoppolo one, obviously, if the game's close and they do fall behind, Jimmy Garoppolo's going to have to throw the ball more. So, and I think there was a stat there that Garoppolo in games where it's decided by 4 points or less averages 23.5 completions a game, as opposed to games where the Niners have blown him out where he averages 19. So if the game does stay close, I think that's a great play. Was there any other props in there, Tordy, or was that it?
So those were the three that they mentioned. Just adding on to that stat that you just mentioned there. So champion bets are basically eyed up anything less than 20 for the Garoppolo completions. They're going to be hitting the over on that one. So it's just another one to keep an eye out on.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts from you boys? Any personal bets that you?
Well, we've also got the model, Tordy, which we'll touch on quickly.
Yeah.
An in-house data science model, which has done actually quite well this season. Predicted a lot of upsets and actually often finds teams that actually do well as the underdog. They are siding with Kugabe. Well, not really because he's on the fence, but they are siding with a lot of people that are on the Niners. On the Chiefs. They like the Chiefs here. Mark the Chiefs. What are the mark about? Chiefs $1.67. And the Niners $2.50. So
big
actually quite heavy
there
on the Chiefs there. Starting with Mahomes and stuff. So that'll be interesting. Obviously, as I touched on the market, about $1.88 Kansas City and $2.20 the Niners.
Yeah, there we go. So no shortage of information on the Betfair Hub if you're looking for some Super Bowl 54 information before you place your bets. So,
always check it out.
Yeah,
I think Liam's actually found some other more obscure markets, not necessarily with Betfair, but with a couple of the classics. You want to touch on any of those, Liam?
We all know Super Bowl match props. I think Twart's a big heads man. Damon could be
no,
on the
I'm a
fence.
tails never fails. What was it? Was it the conference championship round? We had our coin toss bit. I don't know what it was, but I won one of them, and I was happy with that. Tails
what did you get in there?
folks.
About $1.88 heads or tails, Liam?
Yeah.
You got to go with you just got to back aside from the coin flip.
Prop bet. Anyways,
pro punter advice right there.
You know you're not going to be too wrong with a coin flip bet. there's quite a high ceiling on how wrong you can be. So
no color of Gatorade bets that you like. No Shakira or Demi Lovato prop bets.
I'd say red for Gatorade. They're both reddish teams, and you know
it's a good bet.
Hips don't lie.
Last thing I will touch on to straighten you fellas up. Fluctuations on both of these teams. So Chiefs traded at a high of $17 on Betfair this year, and San Fran traded at a massive $65. So both teams being backed in.
Nuts.
Crazy amount. And we'll put an infographic up sometime this week. But 5 different teams have traded as favourite to win the Super Bowl this year. So yeah, obviously a good sport to trade. I know Liam's got a big green book. So yeah, outside of that, enjoy the game. And
Yeah, thanks for watching, guys.